Did the Jobkeeper Cliff make any impact? Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because we're going to talk about, well, the end of Jobkeeper and the latest payroll and wages data that's come out from the ABS today. Has the Jobkeeper Cliff made any impact? Everyone, the end of Jobkeeper. It was something we were worried about. So many people were being supported. So many businesses were being propped up. Has it manifested in any issues? So let's start by having a look here at Jobkeeper itself. Now, there were two things that the government did. Well, there were several things that the government did, but two things really relating to Jobkeeper. One was, well, they paid Jobkeeper to firms throughout Australia. In Victoria, nearly 9% of the workforce was supported by Jobkeeper at one stage. You also had companies that were avoiding going into external administration or becoming insolvent due to changes in the rules with regards to trading while insolvent. You can see how many applicants they had in all the different states, 300,000 in New South Wales, 290 nearly in Victoria. And we look at that as a percentage of the people employed. In Victoria, it was 8.76%, 7.95% in New South Wales, 6.84% in good old Queensland. You can see 6% in most of the states. NT, very low. Has a high proportion of civil servants too, though. Don't need Jobkeeper for that. Now, it has not come without a price. This is the predicted debt, federal and state debt, that we're going to have in 23-25, everyone. Nearly $1.3 trillion. So it's not free. So what's the unemployment rate? We can have a look here. This is from the Australian Bureau of Statistics, the ABS rate, and it shot up just as they were introducing, well, as they introduced Jobkeeper as well. So imagine how much higher it would have been if you had have had more people going to the Centrelink instead of Jobkeeper. I'll put my aluminium foil hat on. I think a big reason for this was just because we didn't have the capacity to deal with these large numbers of people in our social services, in human services sector. I don't think Centrelink would have had the capacity to deal with those numbers. So that's why they used employers as the welfare system. And it maintained that relationship. So hopefully, it kept going. We can see here that unemployment went down, shot back up, shot back down again to 5.6%. This is the number of people employed. And you can see now it's higher than before the pandemic, everyone. So before that dip, it's climbed now up above. Now, that's the ABS data. We also have the Roy Morgan data. Now, this is the underemployment and unemployment estimates, and we can see that unemployment is sitting at 9%, underemployed is 9.3%, total 18.3%. But what's important is to look at the trend. So it's heading down here with the Roy Morgan data. It's also heading down with the ABS data. So they've got different methodologies and different approaches. The cynical side of me tends to suspect that the Roy Morgan data is probably more accurate, but I appreciate that the ABS data would have to be consistent so they can, check it back to previous data. Now, this is payroll jobs and wages. Let's have a look now at the data that's come out from the ABS. It's just released earlier today, everyone. So, payroll jobs rose by 0.4% in the fortnight to the 24th of April 2021, following a 1.6% fall in the previous fortnight, according to figures released by the ABS today. Bjorn Jarvis, head of labour statistics at the ABS, said seasonality around Easter in the previous fortnight makes it difficult to gauge any effect of the end of the Jobkeeper wage subsidy on the 28th of March. The last fortnight to pay jobs data continues to show some of the seasonality around school holidays. Nationwide pandemic restrictions were in place over the same period a year ago, which makes it difficult to determine what are usual changes in payroll data during April. However, the seasonal pattern seen in the last months of the payroll job data is similar to what we saw during the spring 2020 school holiday period. While school holidays commenced at different times around the country, all states and territories had 1 week of holidays in common in the last month, which is also the case in spring 2020 school holiday period. At that time, payroll jobs fell by almost 1% in the common week of school holidays, remaining relatively flat in week 3, and then rose to near pre-holiday levels in week 4. So here's a comparison of payroll jobs across the school holiday period. We can see here dipping, nearly getting back up to it. So Mr. Jarvis said, in the latest fortnight of data, payroll jobs were above pre-pandemic levels in every state and territory. The largest increases in payroll jobs from pre-pandemic levels was seen in the Northern Territory, Western Australia and South Australia, up 5.4%, 4.5% and 3.6%. On the 24th of April, 2021, payroll jobs worked by women were 1.4% above pre-pandemic levels, compared with 0.1% below for men. Over half, 53% of payroll jobs held by women are in 4 industries: healthcare and social assistance, education and training, retail trade, and accommodation and food services. Amongst these large employing industries, only payroll jobs held by women in healthcare and social assistance were above pre-pandemic levels, up 4.4% at the 24th of April 2021. Is this Australia? A lot of the hope seems to be turning us into a bedpan economy. Not that the healthcare and not to disparage the healthcare sector, but it's not innovative, everyone. It's a service sector, a caring sector. It's an add-on for our civilization, showing how good it is. But it's not really something we can export as easily as other things. Payroll jobs held by women in the other 3 industries were below pre-pandemic levels. Education and training down 2.1%, retail trade, and that's the big one, down 4.4%, and accommodation and food services down 15.4%. So there we go. Now let's have a look at the breakdown in a little bit more detail. So payroll jobs are increased, total wages have increased. We can see here payroll jobs are up. Since the 11th of April 2020, up 10.6%, total wages up 9.2%. And here's payroll jobs and total wages indexed to the week ending March 14th, 2020. So March 14th, 2020, it was at 100, and now we're slightly above that. So it's all over the place. And how are we doing in the different states? New South Wales is up 2% from March to April in a year. Up 0.3, 4.9, 2.4, 4.2 in South Australia, 0.1 in WA, 2.2 in Tasmania, 6.4% in Northern Territory, 4% in the ACT, and 2.8% overall. And here's the percent of changes in payroll jobs in the fortnight. So in the fortnight we can see Northern Territory is just dominating, and Queensland and the other states, with South Australia, New South Wales and Victoria, with Tassie, WA and ACT kind of left behind. And what's the difference in the genders? And we can see here, male and female, payroll jobs by sex indexed to the week ending 14th of March 2020. So 100 is where we are. So blokes, we're pretty much where we were at this time last year, where women are slightly above. So that's not a surprise considering the additional spending on healthcare. And by age groups. Okay, now this is the one that we really need to keep an eye on, because you don't want to have economic scarring of the younger people. Then you could have youth unemployment. So we've got 7.6% for 15 to 19-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 3.5 for 20 to 29-year-olds. So they're both up, which is good. So the 40 to 49-year-olds slightly up, everyone, from where it was in March 2020. And as we get older, it increases as well. So all persons up 2.8%. The time series of payroll jobs, 5-year groups. Okay, we'll have a look by industry. Okay, let's have a look by industry. From last year to this year, you've got agricultural up 4%, mining down 16.6% wages. Okay, that's interesting. What's going on there? If we've got such a sudden surge in the demand for natural resources, why are wages down, everyone? What's going on? What's going on? We've got jobs 2.3 down. So jobs are up, wages are down. Manufacturing, jobs are down, wages are down. Electrical, gas, waste and water, jobs are up, wages are down. Wages are down, wages are down, wages are down. Maybe which ones, where they're going up? Retail, the jobs are down. Accommodation is down. Transport postal is down. Information down, slightly up with wages. Finance, of course, is up. slightly up. Rental, hiring, and real estate, jobs are down, wages are up. Professional, science, and technical services are up for jobs and up for wages. Admin, up. Public administration and safety, up. Down. For education and training. Overall, all industries, jobs are slightly up and payroll slightly up. And here you have it, everyone. The different sectors. There you go. Public administration and safety. So, I mean, looking at this, what do you think is going to happen to wage growth, everyone? We've got people are screaming that they can't get enough workers. So you'd hope that would start to manifest in wage growth or automation. Those are the two things. So percentage change in payroll jobs by employment size. So under 20s, the change from April, or from the 10th to 24th is down. From the year is slightly down, 0.3. Under 20 employees. So have a look. So under 200 employees, 199 down. Over the year it's down, but above 200 it's up. All businesses is up. So this is the bigger businesses are increasing their payroll. This is the death of the middle class and the small business, everyone, that we're seeing here. Or just they're copying it a lot harder. They can't afford all the luxuries. So there we have it. Have we seen the impact of Jobkeeper? It doesn't really look like the end of Jobkeeper has made much difference, has it? Unemployment has fallen back down, everyone. And wages, they're kind of flat or slightly falling depending on the sector. What do you reckon? Maybe we'll start to feel it once we have to work on that huge debt that we all have to pay off, guys. So what's the solution? I mean, honestly, I think we need to reduce our dependency on property long term. But here's the other thing. What if we replace our property sector with a bedpan economy? Is that what we want to see in Australia? Or is that innovation? What's that going to lead to? I'm still like to advocate for special economic regions so we can experiment with different interventions into the market. It'll be interesting to see what comes out in the budget tonight. We'll have to have a look at that. But I get the feeling it's going to be just designed to win votes. What do you reckon? Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan of the channel and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using SelfWealth or Stake. You can help us out by using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy a merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.